Thank you all for listening and watching my videos. Please subscribe and like my channel Master Coolitz. Hoping that you will not skip my ads, it's a big help for me by not skipping it. Thank you so much. Dragon Shadow. The Rise.
In the dimly lit room, remnants of once vast quantities of pills now dwindled to mere tens of thousands. The air was thick with the lingering energy of the consumed pills, a testament to the monumental feast that had taken place. Most were devoured by Zane Martel, leaving only a fraction behind. His power had surged, reaching the pinnacle of the 8th stage of the advanced level. The transformation was evident in the subtle glow of his skin and the electric charge that seemed to emanate from his very being. The brink of the 9th stage awaited, if only he found the right place.
Elora, you done eating? Let's check out the other areas. We can't afford to waste any more time here.
Yeah, let's go. There's bound to be more treasure here. I can feel it. The energy is calling us.
They retraced their steps, descending the same stairs that had led them to this trove of power. Each step echoed with a sense of urgency and anticipation. Zane, always confident, couldn't resist a parting shot at the others. He turned back, a smirk playing on his lips, his eyes gleaming with superiority.
By the way, you guys can have the rest of the pills. Not that they'll do you much good.
His words dripped with condescension, and the reaction was immediate. Anger flared in the eyes of those left behind, but they bit their tongues, knowing they lacked the strength to challenge him. Zane and Elora's departure left a vacuum, quickly filled by a chaotic scramble for the remaining pills. Jason Cross, staggering to his feet, was the first to dive back in, his eyes wild with desperation, followed by a furious melee as others fought for the precious remnants. Unfazed by the turmoil behind them, Zane and Elora ventured further. Their first choice, the left fork, proved fruitless, ending in an empty room stripped bare by previous adventurers. The silence of the empty room was almost eerie, the walls echoing with the ghosts of lost opportunities. Disappointment shadowed their faces, but it was fleeting. They quickly pivoted, taking the right passage. This path opened into an expansive hall, a vast plain of rubble and overgrown weeds that stretched further than the eye could see. The sheer scale of the devastation, a stark contrast to the previous room's emptiness.
There must be a massive formation here, altering the space. The cost to maintain this must be astronomical. The power needed to sustain such a structure, it's unimaginable.
Zane nodded, absorbing her words. The scale of the area, dwarfing even the Blood Prison Palace, spoke of powerful forces at work. Their steps echoed in the vastness, a small sound in a place of grand design. The intricate architecture around them hinted at an ancient civilization, one that had harnessed unimaginable power to create such a space. Each tile, though now crumbled and overgrown with weeds, told a story of its own, whispering secrets of the past to those who dared to listen. As they walked, they encountered others, all drawn to a colossal pit, exuding a foreboding aura. The pit was a macabre display of bones and glowing crystals, dragon crystals, each one a prize beyond measure. The crowd's murmurings grew louder, filled with regret and fear. The atmosphere was thick with tension, a palpable sense of danger hanging in the air as the pit's eerie glow cast long, haunting shadows.
Dragon crystals. Too bad they're untouchable. See that guy? He jumped in and turned to mush instantly.
His bones are still down there. Look, the light just vaporized him.
Realization hit Zane hard. Dragon crystals, rare and powerful, were right before him, tantalizingly close yet fiercely guarded by lethal forces. His excitement was palpable, but tempered by the immediate danger. He could almost feel the raw energy emanating from the crystals, a magnetic pull that beckoned him to take the risk, despite the peril. Determined, Zane unleashed a surge of sword energy into the ominous haze surrounding the pit. The energy vanished upon contact, obliterated by the potent defenses. Zane's face fell, a mix of frustration and awe replacing his initial confidence. The defenses seemed insurmountable, a guardian of secrets long buried.
How can these defenses be so strong? It's like nothing I've ever seen. We need to figure out a way through this.
Amid the crowd's despair, a boisterous voice cut through, full of confidence and disdain for those around.
Step aside, weaklings. These crystals are mine.
Maverick Frost, known as the King of Thieves, strode forward. His reputation preceded him, his fourth-stage expert-level prowess almost unmatched. His presence alone seemed to command respect and fear in equal measure. As he reached the pit's edge, his vital energy formed a thick black armor around him. He stepped into the pit, undeterred by the swirling, deadly light.
Maverick Frost is going in. Isn't he afraid of the multicolored light? He's mad.
Maverick's armored form clashed with the light, sparks flying. He reached the bottom, clutching dragon crystals and absorbing their energy with glee. His triumph was evident in his expression, a conqueror among the fallen.
Ha ha! Watch me take all these crystals, you good-for-nothings. This is just the beginning of my power.
Inspired, an old man with protective runes followed suit. Though slow, he advanced, encouraging others. The sight of the old man venturing forth with such resolve sparked a frenzy. Soon the pit was a chaotic scene of attempts, failures, and cries of pain. The stronger made some progress, but many fell to the light's wrath, their bodies unable to withstand the fierce assault. The deeper the pit, the more menacing the aura, and the larger the crystals. At the center lay a massive orange-red dragon crystal, its allure undeniable. The sheer size of it, glowing with an intense, almost hypnotic light, drew every eye. The crystal seemed to pulse with a heartbeat, a living entity amidst the chaos.
Elora, let's give it a try. Those crystals could be the key to a breakthrough. We can't let this opportunity slip away.
Sure. Worst case, we turn back. But we have to at least try. This could change everything for us.
They leaped into the pit, gravity intensifying their descent. The weight was crushing, but Zane and Elora pressed on, their determination unyielding. The air grew thicker, the pressure mounting with each step. Every muscle in Zane's body screamed in protest, but his mind was set on the prize. Elora beside him mirrored his resolve, her eyes fixed ahead. As they moved deeper, the eerie light of the pit seemed to pulse with a life of its own, challenging their every move. The path was fraught with peril, yet the promise of the dragon crystals spurred them forward. The quest for the dragon crystals had only begun, and the perilous journey promised no easy answers. What awaited them in the depths was a mystery. The grayish-green glow zipped past like sharp daggers, striking Zane Martel's skin. Waves of sharp pain shot through his body. He winced and muttered under his breath.
No wonder they can only go such short distances. In this light, moving is difficult.
Zane Martel's expression changed as he turned to look at Elora. To his surprise, she seemed unfazed by the intense pressure.
Elora, let's try our best to get close to the center.
The two of them strode toward the core area, carefully collecting the orange crystals embedded in the white skeletons beneath their feet. Each crystal, the size of a thumb, was quickly devoured by Zane Martel. Suddenly, Zane Martel's eyes lit up in shock.
When this dragon crystal transforms into energy and merges with my body, I feel a faint yet familiar sensation. The power of the Dragon Clan.
Excitement surged through him. He released a stream of devouring power, consuming all the dragon crystals on the ground. As they advanced, covering about 300 to 400 meters rapidly, Zane Martel and Elora attracted the attention of onlookers.
Who are these two people? How are they so strong?
His level is low. 300 or 400 meters is the limit for many 9th stage advanced level practitioners, but they seem to be at a much higher level.
With each step forward, the pressure from the multicolored light intensified. By reaching 500 meters, the gravity had increased tenfold. Zane Martel's body sank, leaving deep footprints in the ground. Most of the people who had started first were stuck a kilometer away, unable to move further due to the overwhelming gravity and light. Only Maverick Frost and an old man continued, albeit slowly, with gritted teeth. The two eventually reached a kilometer, where the dragon crystals were the size of fists. Suddenly, Zane Martel's body released a blast of air, signaling his breakthrough to the 9th stage of the advanced level.
I didn't expect that devouring the energy of these dragon crystals would lead to a breakthrough so quickly. It's amazing.
Zane Martel sighed, realizing the truth behind the tales of the fiery furnace blood prison. a place where opportunities and danger coexist. As he continued, every 100 meters brought exponentially increasing gravity and transforming multicolored light. Gray-green blades and swords formed in the air, continuously shooting toward Zane Martel. The sabers were sharp and relentless. Zane Martel struck out rows of sword energy, stopping many but not all. Pain shot through him as the remaining blades found their mark. Despite the pressure, Zane Martel pressed on. 1,100 meters, 1,200 meters, 1,300 meters. Within 10 minutes, he reached 1,500 meters. The gravity was now over 100 times stronger, like a towering mountain pressing down on him. His bones creaked under the pressure.
It's getting harder. No, I must make it to the central zone and obtain the largest crystal.
Zane Martel let out a low roar.
Sky Demon 99 transformations, Dark Wolf transformation.
Under the eruption of his vital energy, Zane Martel's body underwent a drastic change. He transformed into a werewolf covered in silver-white fur. His muscles rippled, his body doubled in size, and his strength increased significantly. The mountain-like pressure pressing down on him was greatly reduced. But the journey was far from over. What awaited them in the central zone? Would they survive the next onslaught of pressure and light?
Who exactly is this kid? Why is he still able to walk here with ease?
The face of the old man not far from Zane Martel changed, shock evident in his eyes. As a strong man at the second stage of the expert level, he was already reaching his limit at 1,500 meters. Yet Zane Martel was surpassing him effortlessly. At this moment, a purple stream of light circled around Alora's body like a protective layer, shielding her from harm. She had already reached over 1,200 meters and showed no signs of stopping. 10 minutes later, Zane Martel stood shoulder to shoulder with Maverick Frost at a distance of over 1,800 meters. The gravity here had suddenly increased by 500 times. Zane Martel took a step forward, and his entire body sank, crushing all the bones under his feet. There seemed to be 50 or 60 giant mountains on his body, making it difficult to move. However, Zane Martel didn't stop. He clenched his teeth and endured the unbearable pain as his vital energy erupted. The more powerful the gravity, the closer he was getting to the central zone. Huff! A blast of air swirled around him. At this moment, Zane Martel's body was surrounded by a dense sword vigor, and his sword energy was oppressive. The dragon-devouring emperor technique in his body was rapidly circulating, providing him with a never-ending source of motivation. Finally, Zane Martel surpassed Maverick Frost and stepped toward the center.
Kid, stop. You can't go forward. That dragon crystal is mine. Get out of here.
Maverick Frost's expression changed drastically, his face turning red with rage. A mere 9th stage advanced level kid dared to snatch the dragon crystal from him. He was livid. But Zane Martel had no intention of stopping. He completely ignored Maverick Frost's words.
Damn it, then die.
Maverick Frost, consumed by anger, slapped his palm out and a surging momentum swept over.
Stop him.
A weak force transmitted from the palm print sent Zane Martel flying more than 100 meters away. After rolling a few times, Zane Martel stopped only to find he was just a few meters from the core area. Due to the limitations of gravity and multicolored light, Maverick Frost could barely stabilize himself. He had no choice but to use some of his strength to attack Zane Martel while blocking the sunlight. Therefore, the power of the attack was limited.
Maverick Frost, thank you. It turns out you wanted to help me get a dragon crystal. I thought you wanted to kill me. It's my fault for misjudging you.
Zane Martel deliberately provoked him. Maverick Frost's face turned livid, and he was about to explode with anger. If he had known this would happen, he would never have attacked Zane Martel. Now he had gone for wool and came home shorn.
Kid, just try and touch that dragon crystal. I'll hunt you down to the ends of the earth in fiery furnace blood prison. But if you get the dragon crystal and give it to me, not only will I not kill you, but I'll also take you under my wing.
Accept him under his wing? Zane Martel had never thought of being someone else's underling. Moreover, the dragon crystal was right in front of him. Who wouldn't be tempted? Finally, when he was only a few meters away from the core area, Zane Martel burst out with all his strength. His body became bigger, and he directly jumped out. The heavy gravity made it impossible to jump too far, but he could still reach a few feet away. When Zane Martel landed in the core area, his body suddenly became light. The gravity and multicolored light here disappeared. What lay ahead in the heart of the fiery furnace blood prison? The answers were just within reach, but the true challenge was about to unfold.